number 3 of the inaugural Holiday Hoopla pits 4-3 Marysville against 2-4 St. John's Jesuit. Got all the action coming your way next.
What? Were you expecting someone else? Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the oh.report. All I want for Christmas is you to tune in every Wednesday night.
Back here as we are underway. Game number 3, Marysville, St. John's Jesuit. St. John's Jesuit wins the tip. Travis Berardi here, our third of 6 games today, third of 18. Left side, corner 3. Jalen Teamer can't get it to fall, but an offensive board. Kick back out. Another corner 3. This time it's missed and a rebound out to Marysville. They'll get their first possession of the game. Cole Brewer with possession. Gets it off to C.J. Collins, who has D3 interest on the basketball floor. Dawson Taylor now with it, gives it quickly away to Collins, then back, a 3 in the air, too strong, rebound, St. John's Jesuit. Ethan James with it. Now to Teamer. Teamer over to Jaden Jones, just inside the three-point line. It's off the mark. It's a rebound for Marysville. Just underway here in game number 3. Right side 3 hits the back iron. And a long rebound out to St. John's. Euro step, scoop, too strong. And back comes Marysville. So both teams playing at 250% right now. Need to calm things down. Cole Brewer gets around the defender and then back out. Dawson Taylor hands to Brennan Atkins. Now to Zach Barlow, moving the ball quickly, just still unable to get inside. Collins fakes, goes baseline, loses the ball. It'll stay with Marysville. Gets it inside. Layup attempt is good. Marysville's on the board. Dawson Taylor gets the first points of the game. Teamer, straight away Jones for 3. Off the side iron, rebound to Brennan Atkins. Brewer in the corner. Crosses over, gets by his defender along the baseline, tries skipping it, but it hits the backboard and into the hands of St. John's. Along the baseline, that's Race Kowalczyk. Kicks it back out into the lane. Scoops up and in. Ethan James ties things at 2. 3 minutes gone by here in the game. Atkins gives it over to Barlow. Barlow straight away to Collins. Now right side to Atkins. Looking backdoor, but nothing doing. Finally gives it off to Dawson Taylor as we approach the midway point of this first quarter. 2-2. Brewer will get it and reset. Motion offense against the man-to-man. We have our first turnover of the game. Into the lane. Kowalczyk gets it to go. Kowalczyk getting offers from Toledo, Bradley, UC Irvine, and Wyoming. Offensive foul. That'll be on Zach Barlow, the first foul of the game. So just underway here. 4-2 in favor of St. John's Jesuit. 2 players have received offers from this squad. Jaden Jones from Lourdes and Heidelberg, and we talked about Kowalczyk. Jones into the lane, right side, open 3, short. Race there with the rebound. Step back jumper, just off the mark. And we'll get a foul on the rebound, and it'll go the other way. Kavob Riley called for the foul. Jumper inside off the glass, won't fall. And a long rebound out to St. John's Jesuit. Into the lane, blocked. Right back at you is Marysville. We'll get a foul. They won't say it was a foul. They said he stepped on the line, so no foul call. But an offensive foul there. That'll go against Dawson Taylor. So his first, the team's second. (4-2) in favor of St. John's Jesuit. James and Kowalczyk with the buckets. He has it. Race, pull up for 2, just missed. Rebound to Collins. Collins slowly walks it across the timeline with 3 minutes left in the first. Gets a screen from Taylor, no roll though. Off the Brewer. Brewer, he'll drive baseline, double teamed. Nearly picked up the pivot foot, but recovers. And now a skip pass to Collins for 3, just off the mark. Rebound to Jalen Teamer. Ethan James with it, kicks it left side for a 3, just short, but an offensive board. However, a walk will be called against Race. Jack Goodnow and Hashawn Lamb checks in for St. John's Jesuit. Marysville looking to tie or take the lead here. It's 4-2. Collins gets it to Barlow. Now right side to Brewer. Brewer looking for Collins on the cut. Can't get it to him. Now in the hands of Atkins. Atkins backs it out. Gets it to Brewer. Now left side to Taylor. Again, Marysville working it around the perimeter, trying to get something open. St. John's playing a very good man-to-man defense. Defense has been the name of this first quarter as we come up to 90 seconds remaining and only 6 total points. Collins. Pull up for 3, a deep 3 off the side iron, no good. Rebound, Ethan James. James picks up his dribble, gifts it off to Jaden Jones. Jones now to Kowalczyk. He'll pull up from the elbow, airballed it. And the rebound's kept. Jones puts it up and in. And a timeout, Marysville. So while we have a moment, let's show you this team spotlight for Marysville. Their head coach, Mark Tinklenberg, 4-3, 1-2 in the OCC. Lost to Delaware Hayes and Thomas Worthington, beat Walnut Ridge 68-42. They were 13-10 last year. Lost to Westerville South in a sectional final by 6. Averaging just under 60 points per game, giving up just under 58 per game. So out of the timeout, 1:06 left here in this opening quarter. 6-2 the score. Taylor with it, gives it left side to Atkins. Taylor underneath, forces it up and in. Dawson Taylor has all 4, 6-4 with 43 seconds left in the opening quarter. Outside to James. James drives, kicks it right side. Deshaun Lamb hits the 3. Nine for the score, another 3 in the air, another 3 goes. CJ Collins on the board. James inside at the elbow, can't get it to fall, and that'll be the end of the quarter. So some scoring at the end makes it 9-7 in favor of St. John's Jesuit. After 1, we'll be back.
What? Were you expecting someone else? Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the oh. Report. All I want for Christmas is you to tune in every Wednesday night.
Scoring picked up at the end of quarter number 1, 9-7 in favor of St. John's Jesuit in a fast-paced first quarter. Travis Berardi back here from Battelle Grand Hall inside the Greater Columbus Convention Center. Game 3 of 18. The Holiday Hoopla over the next 3 days. Marysville hit a couple threes. Or I should say hit a three right before the end of the quarter. And what a step back. C.J. Collins, the last 5 points. It's 9-all. Kowalczyk. What a take. Brewer to Atkins, back out. Now left side to Brewer again. And an offensive foul. That last bucket actually was Coy Hammock with the bucket. We'll take a look at the Cole Brewer called for the moving screen. It's a turnover. Kowalczyk now back into the game. Teamer into the lane, gives it to Kowalczyk. Kowalczyk back out the Teamer, now right side. James for three, nothing but nylon. Marysville with 5 points straight, answered by a 5-0 run by St. John's Jesuit, 14-9. Owen Graves hands it off to C.J. Collins. Collins fighting his way towards the lane. He'll fade away. He'll hit again. And that is why Mr. Collins is getting interest from some D3 schools. Kowalczyk on the other end muscles his way through. That's his 4th point. 16-11, 5:30 left in the half. Atkins gets it to Brewer. Back to Atkins now to Graves, and we will have a foul. So we take a look at the Kowalczyk take. Jalen Teamer called for his first. Team's first of the second quarter. Pull up three, just a bit short, but an offensive board. Graves gets it back out to Atkins. Atkins into the lane, floats it up too much. Back comes Jones. Jones to Kowalczyk. Kowalczyk along the baseline. Skips it out to Teamer. He'll drive into the free throw line, put it up off the glass. No. Collins gets the board. Quickly ahead. Graves underneath the hoop. Muscles, puts it up off the glass. That won't fall. And a rebound to Atkins. Into the lane. No. Marysville gets the steal, but it's given right back. Teamer, left side three, got it. Jaden Jones first three, he's got 5, it's 19-11. That drive into the lane, lost the handle and lost the ball. Kowalczyk with it, gives it away. Teamer, back to James. James is fouled, he'll get free throws. Jackson Sloan called for his first. First free throws of the game. Ethan James misses the first.
Substitution for the Titans, number 32, Jack Goodnow, and number 34, Deshaun Lamb.
Lead now to 9. It's an 11-2 run here for St. John's. At 3-2 strong. But an offensive board. Back out. 3 for Adkins. That won't fall. And finally, St. John's gets it. Kowalczyk works it to James. Ethan back out to Kowalczyk. Fakes the 3. James now. Mid-range for Jones, and Jaden Jones strikes. 7 for him, 22-11. 3 minutes left in the half. Atkins to Graves. Works around to Jackson Sloan. Now to Collins. Deep 3, off the mark, no. Rebound back to James. James gets it to an open Jones. Ball fakes, puts it up from about 13. That doesn't fall, but it's swatted right back to him, an offensive board. Ethan James to Kowalczyk. Kowalczyk along the baseline, offensive foul. Extended the arm. Cole Brewer took the foul. It's a turnover. Marysville will get it back down 11 with 2:28 left in the half. Cole Brewer takes it. Marysville needs a bit of a run here to get some momentum back before the half. Collins over the Graves. Graves spins, has a hole, puts it up off the glass. Again, too strong. Rebound out to St. John's Jesuit. Ethan James with it. Inside the lane, kicks it back out. Now to Jones. Jones loses the handle. It goes out of bounds, though. It'll stay with St. John's Jesuit with 1:59 left in the half. Kowalczyk, hands off. James through the legs, backs it out. Takes another nice back. Wow, behind the back pass. Deshaun Lamb with his 5th, but what a behind the back pass on the jump stop. Threw me off completely. It's 24-11. Taylor at the elbow, kicks it back out to Collins. Collins will drive, he's bumped. Let's take a look at that behind the back pass one more time. Beautiful from James to get the finish.
Substitution for the Titans.
Jones called for his 2nd foul. Collins looking for a screen. Instead, we'll give it off to Graves. Graves looking back door, nothing. Now to Brewer. Working that weave around, looking for a backdoor cut, but haven't been able to get anything yet. Great job by St. John's Jesuit to stop those passing lanes. And another foul. That'll be a Kowalczyk's 2nd. And Marysville will be in the bonus for the final 65 seconds. This game was 9-7 after 1. It was 6-2, 3/4 of the way through the first before scoring picked up. Taylor. Blocked, but it comes back out to Brewer. Brewer, full head of steam, loses the handle, deflects around, and that will be a jump ball. Possession will go to St. John's Jesuit with 46.6 left. We'll see if St. John's will go for the quick hoop or we'll try and get the final shot off of this second quarter.
Substitution for the Titans, number 40, Toledo Washington. Substitution for the Monarchs, number 5, Zach Barlow.
Teamer with 35 seconds. Now to James. Almost an overthrow, but Teamer's able to catch it, gives it back to James. They're playing a two-man game here until they start their set, probably with about 10 seconds left. They will now get into their offensive set. There's the screen by Hammock. Right side, Teamer into the lane, floats it up. No, offensive putback does not fall. 4 seconds. Kowalczyk off the glass, no. Ball bounces out of bounds, and that'll be it for the half. We have reached halftime with your score. St. John's Jesuit 24, Marysville 11 here. Game number 3 of the inaugural Holiday Hoopla.
What? Were you expecting someone else? Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the oh.report. All I want for Christmas is you to tune in every Wednesday night.
the start of many events from Bleacher Republic, starting with the Hoopla for the next 3 days, but then they have a lot coming to your way, especially here in Columbus. March 21st to the 23rd, the Field House Frenzy. Then in April, 3 events, Hardwood Heroes, the Spring Sizzle, and the Buckeye Classic. Also, in Hamilton, Ohio, May 2nd to the 4th, next in the Nati. All these events coming to you in 2025, starting in 2024 with the Holiday Hoopla. We'll take a quick break, be back with our halftime report right here. Game 3 of the Hoopla.
What? Were you expecting someone else? Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the oh.report. All I want for Christmas is you to tune in every Wednesday night.
Back here inside the Holiday Hoopla, game number 3. Warriors score at the break 24-11 in favor of St. John's Jesuits as we take a look at the halftime stats real quick for you. 5 field goals, 1 3 for Marysville. 10 field goals, 3 threes for St. John's Jesuit. They really picked things up. 15 rebounds to 10. 4 turnovers for St. John's Jesuit, even though it doesn't show it. 6 for the Monarchs, and really not many free throws taken. As we get back to action. Third quarter action, as I am now joined by the founder of the oh.report, who we are here, Brian Skowronski. Brian, Welcome.
Travis, happy to be here. This is a really cool setup inside the convention center. I've never
Absolutely.
been to an event in here other than the Arnold is held
This is
around
true.
these parts.
Yeah.
But to set up an entire basketball gym, this is pretty special.
And we start off with a turnover. Another one against Marysville, their 7th of the game. Good defense once again there by Jaden Jones, who came in to the break with 7 points. But, yeah, not a lot of scoring in the first quarter. 9-7 was the score, and then things picked up, at least for St. John's Jesuit, behind the shooting of the 4-offered D1 athlete, Race Kowalczyk, who you saw there get the rebound, but unable to finish.
But you can tell they got a nice little spark going. Deep pass, a little bit off target, though. Try to get back in this game. Probably got to cash in on a few of those if you're Marysville.
Marysville only with 1 3 in the first half. Took quite a few, but just were unable to hit on these rims at the convention center.
Good look here, though.
Brewer for 3, in and out. That's been the story all day so far. Back comes St. John's.
Yeah,
Ethan
good pressure.
James.
I like what they're putting on here. Just anybody who gets it off the board, trying to put a little stress on the defense.
That jumper off the mark. Offensive rebound, put back good. 4th point for Coy Hammock.
Dude's a monster there on the inside as well. 6'6" and a youngster too, so probably still going to grow an inch or two. Love having him on the roster if you're Toledo St. John's.
Only a junior, him and Kowalczyk, a 2-headed monster there underneath the hoop. Marysville still trying to find offense. They haven't scored since midway through the second quarter. C.J. Collins, he's one that's been giving them the offense, this time off the mark.
Yeah, that's a rush shot too, obviously. One too many dribbles, tough look. And that's why they're still sitting on a goose egg here in this third quarter. But really credit St. John's and what the Titans have been able to do. That pressure on the perimeter so far. No really room for Marysville.
Jones steps back. He's short with it. And the rebound back out to Marysville. Ahead is Brennan Atkins as they start up the offense once again.
And a nice job getting back by the Titans, slowing that down. It looked like something might happen. Instead, they got to pull it out and again back into this half-court set.
Brewer. Still, St. John's Jesuit doing a very good job inside the three-point line, shutting down those passing lanes. They've done it all day. They've also stopped the backdoor cuts. This time, a slip did get in there, but he missed it. Back comes St. John's. Kowalczyk, double team, gets it back out to Coy. Coy for 3, got it.
Wow, so showing off the long-range ability after pulling down that offensive rebound and put back the full showcase here on display.
Coy's got 7. It's a 29-11 game, 3 minutes into the third. And an unforced error as we take a look at the three-pointer.
Yeah, just good, clean basketball right there. You draw the double team. You kick it out to the open shooter. You got to be able to knock him down if there's not a hand in your face. And the big fella able to do that from the corner.
St. John's Jesuit has controlled the pace on both sides here today. Coy gets it into Kowalczyk. Looking for the give and go. Instead, backdoor cut. Layup is in.
Just strong basketball, too. The triple team comes, no problem. You know, didn't feel overwhelmed. Waits for the backdoor cut and set up to perfection right there. That's a nice pass, too, over the top of the defense.
Yeah, use your height when you can. The 6'6 senior, or the 6'6 junior, I should say, with offers from Toledo, Bradley, UC Irvine, and Wyoming. That court vision helps him to get that. Open jumper on the other end does not go, and Kowalczyk is right there.
And CJ, he's a high-volume scorer, too, over 22 a game for him so far on the season. So he's got to look for his shot.
Coy, he's hot from beyond the arc. He has hit another one.
Yeah, 3 baskets already for him here just in this third quarter alone as Marysville sitting still on 0 points. And a reach-in foul, but again, this one, the pass down around the ankles, still able to elevate. Great-looking stroke. One end to the other, didn't matter, plus in the middle. He's got it all going on here in this third stanza.
8 in the quarter, 10 overall. And he is leading the way, a balanced attack. Jones, 7 points. James with 6 points. Kowalczyk with 4. Marysville still looking for any type of offense. They scored 2 points, or 4 points in that second quarter. And Cole Brewer finally on the board with 2 points.
Now a nice one and done right here. So this is what you got to do. Start to build some momentum, one possession at a time. You got to bucket, string together a couple of nice-looking offensive possessions in a row. I like this kick out. 3
in the air for Barlow off the front iron. Won't go, and as the great Joe Baylog says, you get a bucket, you get a stop, you get a bucket, you're right back in it. Kowalczyk's going to try from beyond the arc, and why not? The big guys playing outside the three-point line and hitting.
That's modern-day basketball. It's positionless. You got to be able to showcase an ability to stroke it if you're left alone outside, and right now St. John's just pouring it in from all angles.
And we'll get a foul underneath, and we'll take a look at the big man's three-pointer. Nearly hit nothing but net.
It's just such an advantage, too, if you're standing at 6'5" or above out there on that perimeter, being able to rise and just get your shot pretty much any time that you want. And if it's as pure as that motion is right there, Travis, you're going to score a lot of points, a lot of buckets. And that's why this Toledo St. John's team coming into today, about 63 points per game, well behind that pace here today. But, I mean, what a schedule. I'm sure you already talked about it, but playing in that Detroit area league,
yep.
Some of the competition they've already gone up against this season, you knew that they were going to be prepared for a game like today.
And that schedule, it's like you're looking at Toledo Central Catholic in football, the schedule they play. It's just like that, but on the basketball side for this squad. Second free throw is no good for Collins. 1 of 2 from the line. It's 37-14, but they'll get a chance to kind of chop into that lead a little bit more.
Yeah, I think you got to try to let C.J. Collins cook. That seems to be the recipe for him. But you see everybody sagging back when he gets by his defender, but nice launching right here for Brewer. And he's a double-digit scorer. They need a couple of guys to start filling it up here to make things interesting heading into the fourth.
5 points for him. It's 37-17.
Nice defense down there. Brewer got a piece of it, but even better hustle keeping it alive here for St. John's.
Right side 3 for Teamer. It's short. And another rebound for Marysville and a little bit more momentum for them. They still got work to do, though, down 20.
Haven't had back-to-back buckets yet here in the frame. This would be a really positive sign if they can get something here. But, again, I don't like the rush shot, and especially now with a 6'6" kid right in your face there from about 24 feet.
Yeah, it caused it to be short and a one and done. Back the other way. Pull up for 3. It's off the side iron. First moments for Carter Washington. And again, back comes Marysville. Brennan Atkins. Scoreless so far today. And once again, St. John's Jesuit just up in your grill right at the three-point line, not allowing them to get inside. But the outside shot, well, that's not falling either.
Yeah, it was at least a good break from Marysville offensively to get your best shooter alone out there on the perimeter. I mean, the dude's knocked down right around 25 threes already on the season as we get a no call and a chance for a 5-on-4.
This is Taylor. Back around, straight away to Brewer. As we hit 1 minute left in a quick third quarter. This whole game has been quick. As Brewer will try for 3. And again, this has just been the whole game for Marysville. It's like they're shooting a little tired with the arms. Everything's coming up short.
If you're St. John's, just keep running through your stuff.
And we'll get a foul there.
Three fresh bodies about to check in as well here for the Titans.
St. John's will get the inbounds underneath. Cole Brewer called for his second foul. He has 5 points today. And a fresh set of legs coming in. Ethan James, Jaden Jones, and Coy Hammett coming back in. That 3 is in. And they continue the drop for St. John's Jesuit as Jones hits his second 3. He has 10 points.
Oh, nice defense on the inside, too. So this guy's getting it done pretty much everywhere right now on the floor. You know, he's an exciting player, a great prospect. That's why a lot of schools obviously already looking at him. And for Marysville, not sure really where you find an answer. especially with the zone that he's kind of put himself in right now.
Referee just stopping some shoving down there. Now we're back to action. Trying to get it in. Miscommunication, it's stolen away. Into the lane, James, reverse, does not go. It goes over the head of Coy, and back comes Marysville. And that's just a tough luck foul there, as Jaden Jones was just hustling off of that. Nearly got the steal, but instead it's going to be a foul, and that'll be his third. (40-17) here with the final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Inbounds the Collins. 5 seconds. Trying to get around his defender. He does. Kicks it right side. Open three for Brewers off the side iron. No good. And that is how quarter number 3 will end. St. John's Jesuit has this one in hand. They lead at 40-17 as we head to the fourth.
What? Were you expecting someone else? Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the oh. Report. All I want for Christmas is you to tune in every Wednesday night.
Fourth quarter action, ready to go here. Game number 3 of the Holiday Hoopla. 3 of 18. All of them coming your way on here over the next 3 days. Travis Berardi back here with oh. Report founder, CEO, janitor, boss, everything. Brian Skowronski.
Feels like more janitor than everything sometimes. But it all leads up to great days like this. Get to watch some supremely talented kids. Cool event down here in Columbus, and Bleacher Republic doing a nice job putting this thing on.
Jones back on the board again in double figures. 12 points, 42-17 is the score. Back on the other end, Brewer had a little space, put it up, and again, just can't get those to fall. And back running is St. John's. Deep three for Jones. Heat check, a little short. Why not up this much in the fourth quarter, right?
Sure. Yeah, game pretty much already in hand, especially defensively, the way that you've been playing out here with the high energy pressure on the perimeter. Marysville's really had nothing going on. Probably at no point so far in the game back-to-back field goals.
Yeah, it's just been a slow going for Marysville since it was 2-2 early on, and then that pretty much stayed, and finally they get one to fall. Ben Coyle off the bench, and the junior hits the three. Only the third three of the game for Marysville. It's 42-20. Ethan James gets it off the Coy hammock. Then straight away, and Jones thought about taking another one, but instead he'll drive. Kowalczyk lost it, but gave it to his teammate out the hammock. Nothing. Another offensive board, another putback. That won't go. Give St. John's Jesuit another chance.
Yeah, they've just got a little bit of a buzz when they're down there in the paint, the way that they're going after and attacking rebounds. Almost had another one right there, as we will get a foul on the floor.
And here's that three one more time from Coyle, who just drew the foul. So showing his coaches his hustle, his ability to score. 5:43 left here in the game, 42-20. Favors St. John's Jesuit. Coming up next, a big one between some big school powers. Kind of jealous that Brian Harder and Brian Skowronski get the call there. Kowalczyk gets back on the board. 9 points for him. Marysville.
I'm not even sure what I'm going to be doing for the next game. I'm not supposed to be here for these evening sessions.
Pick Central versus St. Ed's. That's one that, got to look forward to.
Yeah, two really quality programs right there. St. Edward's the defending state champions. Pickerington, of course, always loaded with talent down here in this Columbus area.
Final 3 games of the night, Pick Central St. Ed's, Bishop Hartley, Kettering, Fairmont, and then that team named Richmond Heights taking on Columbus Northland. Marysville got to get it in. They do. Brewer at the top of the key. Crosses over. Euros, one-handed, won't go. But an offensive board. Owen Graveswitz it. Gives it to Taylor, then back out as they reset. 3 in the air for Coyle. That one does not drop for him, and the rebound comes out to St. John's Jesuit with 5 minutes left.
Great transition look, man.
And just the hustle.
That's been on display since I got here to start this second half. Just having a little bit of an upper hand anytime they're going after the basketball. It's evident, and that's why they've got this ginormous lead right now, along with many other factors. The rotation that I've seen on defense so far for St. John's has been phenomenal. Everybody kind of knows exactly where they're supposed to be. And if you're Marysville, a team competing in the OCC this year, coming off of a 4-game stretch where you lost 3 in a row against some good teams, and you might say that this is not a great start for them. Even though the 4 wins, Travis, when they've gone head-to-head, it looks like they're going to suffer their 4th defeat of the season when they've went against big-time teams like Olentangy, Delaware Hayes, and Thomas Worthington haven't come out on the winning end. So some things to certainly try to correct as you move forward. They've got some exciting players, but
they're facing a St. John's team that, 2-4, but 4 of those losses, teams to a combined record of 23-1. So this is a good squad, just playing really good squads as well, and they're an in. So they just go out and play the best to get themselves ready, and they're outscoring opponents by 10 points pretty much per game. They were the Northwest District champions last year in Division I as well, 16-9. So this team, they have that mantra, they have that game, especially coming from the Toledo area playing those squads.
Don't be fooled by the 3-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. That is meaningless when you're going up against teams like Detroit Jesuit, TCC, St. Francis de Sales. Just the one loss, like you said, combined with those 3 programs.
Final 450 of this one. 26-point lead for the Titans. So C.J. Collins held to 8 points so far in this one.
That's well below his season average, and he's a guy usually a high-volume, big-time octane scorer from around the perimeter, but just getting no space. If you're just keeping an eye on number 3 out here, no matter who's on him, they're not switching anything, Travis. They're fighting through, and it's like white on rice, just very little breathing room.
Very fundamental squad here defensively, as you explained. Graves, still really haven't seen any drives from Marysville here today. They relied on that 3-point shot, and that really hasn't helped them out as well. We will get a hand check there. That'll be against Ethan James. That'll be his second foul. That'll be the team's second of the quarter. Teamer, Lamb, and Washington check back in for the Titans. There's Collins. He'll pull up and drain it. And that's the game that we're used to seeing from C.J. Collins right there. Well, we saw it in the first half, too. He just needs a little bit of separation, and he's able to get that shot off.
Problem is, just hasn't been much. Very suffocating defense, as we just detailed. And at this other end, a lot of gifted guys for the Titans that can pull up, get their shot pretty much anywhere they want. But we're seeing it's not just beyond the arc, the mid-range game as well.
Kowalczyk, he's in the double figures now. Back to Coyle, and Coyle's got his second three.
So showing some signs of life here, too little too late as we're past the midway point of the fourth quarter. But always it's a good sign for a team and for a coaching staff that you're going to battle to the very last whistle and just try to have some good times, wear some smiles out there on the court, like seeing these last couple of possessions here for Marysville.
Lamb. That's into Kowalczyk, the fadeaway.
Woo.
Did I mention he's got D1 offers?
Yeah, he's going to have a few more at the end of this season. Because he's been pretty well defended on a few of these jump shots he's made in the second half.
50-25, final 3 minutes. And back-to-back buckets for C.J. Collins. So this kind of looked like the end of the first quarter where scoring picked up, but for Marysville, it didn't pick up after that. They went on a big drought, finally getting stuff going, but it's a little too late.
I mean, they average right around 60 points per game, so this is not prototypical of what you're going to see from them throughout the course of the season. This will definitely be their season low. 45 points is what it's been so far up to this point, and obviously well below that.
And you never know. I mean, this is an open grand hall. Some kids are used to a wall being about 4 or 5 feet behind the hoop. There's about 200-300 feet behind the net, so it looks a little bit wider. But, hey, if you want to play in Dayton for a state championship, you got to get used to a floor like this. Titans now just getting some, I guess, scrimmage-like practice. So that'll be an offensive foul and a turnover.
Well, and it goes both ways. Just because you're up here by 23 points doesn't mean that you don't want to go hard down off of your cuts, run through your sets appropriately. Got some younger kids in there. There's going to be a few extra mistakes than what you would get with your starters or maybe your immediate reserves. But you don't want to have that fall off just because of the point differential.
Yep, and this is great time to get some of those younger players in there. It's the best practice is against other opponents in game time situations. And this is the time to do stuff. Maybe this is the time to work on some new things you want to put in, as that floater will fall for Brennan Atkins, his first points of the night.
Yeah, offensively showing some explosiveness here in the fourth quarter.
And that'll be a turnover. Kavob Riley tried going behind the back, went off his heel out of bounds, and Marysville will have a chance to cut this to within 20 at least here in the final 98 seconds.
And sometimes that's how you have to look at things when the score is what it is. It's always, time, score, what can you do? And, I mean, they have been splashing here over these last couple of minutes.
Atkins with 5 straight, down to 18 with 1:20 left. So now if you're Marysville, you just got to think, man, if we would have started this about a half quarter earlier, this could be a different situation.
Strong defensive rebound as well with the block out. So, all right, you probably just hit one milestone. Let's get it under 20. Now you're probably just thinking to yourselves, we got to go for broke here, get a couple of more good looks. Don't want to rush anything. Don't want to force it.
Atkins gets around 2 defenders, kicks it left side. Graves thought about the 3, but gets it pickpocketed. And back comes St. John's Jesuit. 2 shots just a bit short, and C.J. Collins comes back out. Cherry picker the other way as Atkins catches it but then just throws it out of bounds. And St. John's will take over with 34.2, and you got to think probably the last possession of this game. You take a look at Marysville and Coach Mark Tinklenberg. And I'm wrong because that 3's taken by Washington and he'll hit it. Why not? If you're in there, might as well take some shots, right?
Yeah, you got to get yours at the end of games, and especially in ones like this. So I am all in for going out there trying to get a 3 here at the end of the game.
And a steal. Hashawn Lamb will back it out, and that will do it. It's a final in game number 3. St. John's Jesuit comes all the way down from Toledo, knocks off Marysville 53-32. We'll take a quick break and then interview the MVPs from both teams after this.
What? Were you expecting someone else? Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the oh. Report. All I want for Christmas is you to tune in every Wednesday night.
Back here with our players of the game for both squads. First, it's Marysville's senior C.J. Collins, a team-high 12 points. I know it wasn't the outcome you wanted, but this is a cool venue. This was a cool opportunity for you guys here today.
Yeah, for sure. Great venue, get us ready for a tournament. For sure, playing in gyms like this, venues like this with the backdrops and everything, just good to get used to it.
second and third quarters didn't go your way offensively, but then the fourth quarter, you guys got stuff going, especially late. Just what can you say about your team? One, not giving up, and two, you finally had something going against a very good St. John's squad.
Yeah, for sure. Shots weren't falling really all game, to be honest. But second, third quarter, kind of got beat up on the glass a little bit. Couldn't really get anything going offensively. And then fourth quarter, we went to more dribble drive, jet cuts is what we call it, and just try to get downhill and just keep fighting. You know, you can always, just because we're down big, you can always fight back and find things to get better on and keep working.
And what you guys just learned from this game as a whole that you can use moving forward?
A lot to learn from it. I thought we fought really well on the glass, you know, something we've been emphasizing in practice. I thought we did a good job of that. But, you know, shots aren't always going to fall, so you just got to find ways to, you know, make up points.
All right, and lastly, as always, if you want to look in the camera, give as many people as you want to shout out, go for it.
Shout out both our coaches, Coach Ting and my dad, Coach Collins.
All right, thank you very much, CJ. Our Marysville MVP, I'll take your headset, and we'll call on over our St. John's MVP. That is Jaden Jones. He scored 12 points tonight. There you go, sir. How are you, Jaden?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Let's first talk about your defense, because you held Marysville pretty much to single digits until, you know, the backups came in. Just how much do you pride your team on the defense and keeping teams from getting to the hoop?
It's very important to us, because when it comes down to it, those little 2-3 point games, you look back at it and it's the easy blow-bys or sleep on back doors. So defense is very important.
It was 9-7 after one quarter, but you know, after that second quarter, you guys got stuff going offensively. Just what was said, you know, in that huddle after the first quarter? What did you learn in that first quarter that allowed you to, you know, take advantage and pretty much pull away from there?
I feel like the first quarter for us was just kind of just getting used, new court, new venue, and now let's just turn it up. You know, we were 9-7, slow start. He basically just told us, wake up, guard, hold them to under 20, and just be us.
And what did you learn? I mean, this is a venue that you'd be playing next in a tournament atmosphere. When you get to the tournament, just what were you guys able to learn from this, and what are you able to take out of this game other than a big dub?
I think something we can learn from this, quiet gym.
Yeah.
Let's be loud. Let's create our own energy. And court's a little, I don't know if it's bigger or not, but it feels longer.
Yeah.
So just getting used to that, getting in more shape, and yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, it looks like the court's bigger at UD Arena. So you get used to that if you're getting to a state championship
that's
game
the
too,
goal.
you know?
Yeah.
All right, lastly, as always, you want to look into the camera and give anybody a shout-out you want to go for?
Shout out Mom and Dad. Love y'all.
There you go. Jaden Jones, our St. John's Jesuit MVP. Congratulations. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
What? Were you expecting someone else? Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the oh.report. All I want for Christmas is you to tune in every Wednesday night.
Back here to wrap things up. Game 3 of 18 in the Holiday Hoopla, the inaugural Holiday Hoopla, brought to you by Bleacher Republic. 53-32, but the score really didn't show as much because it was more of a blowout than you'd think. The Monarchs, though, they had fight in them. As we take a look at the final statistics, 22 field goals, 8 of them three-pointers for St. John's Jesuit. They had the inside game going with Kowalczyk. They had the outside game going, well, with Kowalczyk as well, as he hit a three. But, yeah, just a full-on overall victory for St. John's Jesuit. 28-22 on the boards, 12-7 turnovers, 1 of 2 each team from the free throw line. So it was physical, but it was a clean physical game by both sides. And just, you know, St. John's Jesuit, a very good win for them on a tournament-like atmosphere.
This is a team that's playing tournament-like teams pretty much every single game when they're within their league, too, and testing themselves outside of it as well. Already played Spire Academy and St. Mary's Prep, too. So this was just another game so far in their, you know, about the first third of their season. Really impressed with how they defend, how they're very disciplined. Their rotations were on point all afternoon here in the second and or the second half when I was in the building here, and for Marysville, just didn't get shots to fall in the third quarter. I think they got a little bit frustrated and showcased a little bit more of what you can probably expect to see from them as they get deeper into their season, where they've got a really dynamic backcourt combo in C.J. Collins and then Brennan Atkins, and I do think that this team, they'll end up with a winning record, probably make some noise in the tournament. But St. John's Jesuit, St. John's Jesuit, this is going to be a team to deal with up in the Toledo area all season.
And if you're looking for any positives for the Monarchs, it is the fact that they did outscore St. John's Jesuit. They did put up points in that fourth quarter, 15-13, and this is just an all-around good test for both sides, because not often do you get to play in an invitational like this against some of the best teams, and it does, win or lose, it does get you ready for the tournament.
Yeah, and I assume they're going to hang around and probably watch portions of this next game. Probably got to see the one previous. So, there's just a lot of talent here, and, D1 teams from all over the state are in the building today, so it's a great place to come get a scouting report and kind of just keep an eye in general on the Buckeye State, see what it has to offer. And I thought Bleacher Republic did a really nice job here. You look at the records of some of these teams and you're like, well, why are they here? But I think St. John's just proves, just because you're below 500 does not mean that you are not a very gifted, talented team that by the end of the year is going to be a force in the Buckeye State.
Well, two forces coming up as I will turn things over to the great Brian Harder and Hall of Fame coach Greg Collins for the final 3 games tonight. I'll be back tomorrow morning for the first 3, but coming up next in about 1/2 hour, Pick Central versus St. Ed's. You'll want to tune into that. But that will wrap things up for game number 3. I want to thank Bryce Coder, who had to step out a little bit earlier, also Brian Skowronski, Shane Young, my cameraman as well, and as always, Bleacher Republic for allowing us to be here, as well as the Greater Columbus Convention Center. We'll take a quick break, about a 15-20 minute break, and then we will be back with a big one. Like I said, Pick Central and St. Ed's coming your way.
Hoopla!
We'll see you then.